For the past couple months, I've been on the hunt to find the woodworking project with the highest profit percentage. I've been Googling, I've been watching videos, I've been talking to friends, other woodworking YouTubers, and today, I found it. Chopsticks. Let's go. So what makes these two tiny pieces of wood with a taper on them a profitable project? Let's make the one and only jig that you're gonna need for this project. So you're gonna need one piece of scrap wood that is at least 12 inches long. So I'm just gonna use a 2x4. You can use whatever wood you want. Just mark it at 12, get that piece cut out. So now we've got a piece that is a 1/4 inch thick and it's the same width as the 2x4. We're just gonna put it against the very edge. This one's about 1 inch wide. You can go ahead and brad nail that in. You could glue it if you want, screw it. It doesn't really matter. We'll be cutting this off later. You're gonna put this aside and you're gonna grab your router. I'm using a 3/8 inch straight bit because our chopsticks are gonna be 3/8 inches as well, so you need a bit that's 3/8 inches. You're gonna put that into your router table. You're gonna wanna bring it down so it's about 1/8 inch off the table. Now we're gonna set up a router fence, which is just a flat edge of a scrap piece. If you have a router table with a fence, that's even better. But since we don't, we're just gonna go ahead and double-sided tape this to the table, and it's gonna be 1 inch away from our bit. Now, we're gonna take our jig and we're gonna put it face down. So you've got the edge here with nothing on it, flush to the table, and then you've got the edge here with a little riser on the table. So you could see the gap that it creates, and that's what we're going for as we bring it through the router table. So we're gonna put this side here face down on the table. Now we're just gonna go ahead and run it through, and we've put 2 lines here, one on the rip fence and one on the 2x4, and when those meet, that's when we're gonna stop. So when they meet, it won't actually go past that line into our little piece there. Go ahead, raise your bit up 1/8 inch, and then go for it. So you can see that we cut about 1/8 inch in, and then it went up and started to taper off. That's exactly what we're looking for because we want this in the end to be 3/8 inches deep, and then it'll taper off all the way up here till we're barely deep enough to take anything off. So keep raising up your router table about 1/8 inch every time. Probably take 6 or 7 passes, but make sure after each pass you measure this and you make sure it's not more than 3/8 inch deep. So it's about 3/8 inches deep there, and then when you come all the way up to this end, it's about a 1/4 inch deep, which is perfect. And it's just over 9 inches long, which is how long our chopsticks needs to be. So now all we need to do is cut this piece off right here and start planing. That's your jig. So now we're getting our blanks cut out over on the table saw. So what we're doing is we're just cutting these pieces to 3/8 inch thick by 3/8 inch wide pieces. Make sure the wood you're using is at least 9 inches long, because that's how much we're gonna need. So a few of these we're gonna be cutting down to length afterwards, but for now just 3/8 inches by 3/8 inches. And you can see by the cherry piece I'm using, you can really use any scrap wood piece. As long as it's at least 3/8 inches thick by 3/8 inches wide and 9 inches long. You can really use any scrap wood piece for this. So now we're gonna clamp our jig to our workbench. And the reason we put this slit further away and not in the middle is because we needed a place to clamp. So the way this jig works is you're just gonna place your piece in there, then you're gonna slide it till it hits the end. And then you can see how the bottom here is almost flush and then it goes all the way up to here. And there's quite a bit of thickness here that we gotta plane down. We're going to take our hand planer. We're gonna plane each of the 4 sides, alternating after every couple planes on each side. You can already see it's starting to take form. And keep alternating it until it's flush with your jig all the way around, and you'll see that this side starts to get flush sooner. So what you're gonna do is simply just move your plane starting point. Instead of down here, it's gonna be up here, then it's gonna be up here, and all the way till you get this side flush and the rest. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just do a couple on each side, keep moving, and this is a fun one. It's very satisfying. It feels very good. And when you're done, it's gonna look like this. Pretty easy, fully functioning chopstick. We are going to go ahead and break those edges with some sandpaper in a little bit, but let's finish up all the rest of them. I think you get the point how to do it. We're going to come back to you when we have all of them done. We're doing walnut, cherry, maple, pair of each. So yeah, we'll be back in a second. I'm like Wolverine or Edward Scissorhands. All right, guys. Here they all are. So we sanded these ones, and I haven't sanded this one to completion yet because I want to show you how I sand it. To break those sharp edges, you just take some 120, and you just very simply turn as you sand, making sure to get those sharp pieces. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but that's how I do it. Then you flip, and you do the other side, and just slowly move it. And then you can also wrap it. And just kind of go back and forth like that if you want. And then just move up to 220. You can do 320 if you want. But yeah, that's it for sanding and breaking those edges. And then you've got yourself a nice little comfortable chopstick. Let's get some Howard cutting board oil on these, get these food safe, and then I'm going to explain all the profit, everything like that, how to sell them, where to sell them, some tips on selling them. And I'll explain all that while we're putting the Howard oil on them. For a 12-ounce bottle of this, it is $10, and we're using about 1 tablespoon of this per chopstick. So 2 tablespoons for 1 set of chopsticks, and we figured it out. That is going to cost you 14 cents worth of oil per chopstick. So this is pretty much the majority of the cost for each of these chopsticks. So while I'm coating these, we're going to break down the profit a little bit. For the cherry, it cost me 48 cents for the pair to be fully coated. Final cost was 48 cents. For the maple, it was 56 cents, and for the walnut, it was 62 cents. Now, I realize that some of you are probably going to comment and be like, what about the router? Blah, blah, blah. Where's the profit calculated? I've been woodworking for 5 years. The router was $90. It's paid for itself many times over. If you really want to calculate that in, you can, but I'm assuming that you have a router. That's really the only tool we use that you absolutely need for this build. So, sorry, but I don't know, guys. Don't comment that. You know what we're trying to do here, okay? So let's talk about some profit. So, for these projects, I've seen people sell them anywhere from $10 to $20. I like to sell them on the lower end, $10, because it's a very reasonable price for something that you get for free at a Chinese restaurant. They give you the chopsticks for free if you're getting takeout. So I like to sell them for $10 to $12, but I've absolutely seen people sell them for $15 to $20, definitely a lot in the $22, $25 range. So we've broken down some profit based on the type of wood and how much you're gonna sell them for. So for the cherry, if you sold them for 10 bucks, that'd be a 1,983% profit. If you sold them for $15, that would be a 3,025% profit. And if you sold them for 20, you're looking at a 4,066% profit. But for the maple, since it was a little bit more expensive than the cherry, at a $10 sale, you're making about 1,685% profit. $15 sale, 2,578% profit. And with a $20 sale, you're looking at 3,471% profit. For the walnut, you're looking at a $10 sale to get you 1,512% profit, a $15 sale to get you 2,319% profit, and a $20 sale of the walnut's gonna get you 3,125% profit. So if you're just going for the highest percentage profit on this one, it is the cherry chopsticks that you sell for $20. And if you guys wanna see all my notes that I used and calculations to get all these, check our community page. I'll post them all there so you can see it and critique my math and all that, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty sound. I did it quite a few times. So we'll post those there. Beautiful paper with flowers and hearts. We talked a lot about profit margin, but you can't just post stuff on Etsy or Facebook and hope you get sales. For something like this, you gotta put in the work. So my recommendation, if you're really trying to sell these, you're trying to make a lot of them, and you're really trying to get that profit, go to restaurants that use chopsticks. Go there, get some food, ask for chopsticks, use the chopsticks, and if they're plastic chopsticks or they're, those crappy little wooden ones, talk to a manager. Say, hey, well, that sounds bad. Don't be like, let me speak to a manager. Go up to a manager and just bring a pair with you and be like, hey, I know you guys use disposable chopsticks. In the long run, those are probably gonna cost you more than if you just bought some nice ones. You just invested in some nice ones. Give them a pair, give them a business card. Say, hey, if you like them, I can batch them out for you. You wanna buy 100 pairs of chopsticks, it's gonna be cheaper. You're not gonna sell 100 at 20 bucks a piece. It's gonna be a little bit cheaper. I'm sure that there's plenty of restaurants around that you could just go into, and if you're trying to get those sales, you gotta put that work in. If you're not gonna do it, who is? So that's my advice for you guys, and that is how to make the highest profit projects that we could find and that we could think of. So yeah, that's gonna do it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, comment down below any other videos you'd like us to make. I will see you in the next one. Guys, if you like that video, check out this one where I go over 9 projects that people aren't making yet, which chopsticks might be one of them. It is one of them. And if you like that, if you don't, click another one. There's another video here. Just click it. Goodbye.